which is pretty fucking exciting. But and welcome back to the Off the Clock Show. Joined again with Shawn from OrbisX CRM and Marshall Hill from Pints and Polisher Podcast and Hyper Clean Car Care Products. How you doing, man?
Fair to middling.
Fair to middling. No, that's right. Yeah. I remember the first time you said that to me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. It's fair to middling. Now it's like normal if I hear that, which is weird. It shouldn't be, but it is. Yeah. Fair to middling. Good, man. Me, I'm doing fantastically. I had a terrific weekend actually. Father's Day was awesome, which was really good. Yeah.
You're a Father's Day guy?
Yeah. No, not really, to be honest. Usually it's just I just work, hang out with the family, keep it quiet, you know. This year, I don't know what really sparked us to do it. My daughter had gone to Italian Fest here. We've never gone, but she went with some friends, and she went on Friday and it was raining. So then she said, I want to go back. So we're like, all right, cool. So maybe we'll go check it out with you, whatever, you know. So we went Saturday, but by the time we finished a bunch of other stuff, we ended up only going for like the last 30 minutes of it towards the end of the day. I was trying to go earlier because they were doing drag races and all kinds of stuff. They had all kinds of Italian cars there. It was pretty awesome. They shut down the whole street and they were just, zooming. That's pretty cool. But by the time we got there, they had already packed up. They were gone. So we went down to get some food.
Yeah, what'd you do all day?
Oh, man. Yeah. Everything else under the sun. Yeah. Saturday was a crazy day. But here's the thing. Sunday, we went back because we said, okay, we're going to go, leave early in the morning, go for a full day, and then we'll have the whole day there. So we went Sunday, and we went for Father's Day. During the day, they had massive parties in the street. We had some amazing food. I drank some nice beer. I was trying all the different Italian beers they had, stuff like that. They were pretty good.
Peroni? That's the only Italian beer I know.
Oh, yeah. There was one place they had beers from all over the world, but they had like 280 something beers. I
didn't really I don't think of Italians as like beer people. I figured it'd be wine.
Yeah, they had some really good wines, but no, they only had I think there were four Italian beers on the menu. The rest were
so it was a bunch of the other Italian Fest with other people's beer. Gotcha.
You know, it's funny. The first stand we saw, because we were really excited for Italian food. The first stand we see, it says authentic Pakistani food, and I was like, "What's this doing here?" You know, like don't get me wrong, I love food of all cultures, but it was Italian Fest in Little Italy. And I was like, "What?" It wasn't a good
so you're
sign.
Excited to eat Italian food? What do you? I mean, spaghetti and meatballs? What are you talking about here?
No, no. That was the kids. Yeah. But we went to this one place first. They made their own. They called them something else, Pristas or something. It was basically like a pizza, but not circular. It was I can't remember what the hell they called it.
It's a square.
It was a square. Well, actually, it was a rectangle. Yeah. It was a fucking parallelogram. But they were delicious.
A triangle. Wow.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Triangle pizza.
Was it like the fair food, slice. Like where they would like do crazy stuff, like spaghetti that was deep fried or something?
No, to be honest, everything was either from another country. That was on one side, so they had like poutine. Like poutine's a huge thing in Canada. I'm not a huge fan, but it's a big thing. But it has no place at Italian Fest. You know what I mean?
Poutine.
It's a French cuisine, not even from France. It's French from Quebec, like in Canada. I'm not a fan, but it has no place being there, in my opinion. But the other side of the street was all really upscale Italian restaurants, and they were all doing. They had their regular menu if you wanted to go dine in, but they had like big patios and stuff, and then they had special menus just for the festival.
Oh, so those guys weren't on food trucks; they were the actual restaurants.
It was the actual restaurants. Yeah, because in Little Italy, it's just peppered with like from start to finish, just fine Italian restaurants. That's all it is. And
so that's what you guys have you got a little place there, and for you it's Little Italy. Ours is Little Mexico. We got Little Mexico over here.
Oh, okay, nice. It's funny enough, half of ours is now Little Mexico. It's still called Little Italy, but like even halfway through, there's a place called Torta Boys, and they serve
Mex-Italian
tacos, tortas. Yeah, it's kind of like something like that. Yeah, but good food nonetheless.
Mex-Italy,
Mex-Italy, Italico. I don't know. We're on to something there. It needs some refinement, but yeah, the food was amazing. But here's the crazy thing. So the Friday and Saturday they had.
But you still haven't said what you got. You keep saying it was amazing.
Yeah.
I
said
keep
I
like
got
coming out with things. Well, at least would they do this? And you're like, no, but it was amazing.
I did
What
say
would you
I
eat?
got the homemade pizzas. Oh my god, so
was a
good. I'm calling them
triangle?
pizzas, but it was like a rectangle type thing.
It
Amazing.
was a flatbread.
No, that's the thing. It wasn't like a.
What's the difference between flatbread and pizza?
I.
It's not circle,
Good
it's
question.
rectangle.
To me, it's only shape. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
To them, they were telling me this is different because the dough and the way that the thing.
Maybe the
I don't know.
sauce too. Maybe there's a different sauce. You
yeah,
know, like,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah. And they were definitely different toppings than you would see on a pizza in a way.
I'm a big white sauce fan. Do you ever like white sauce on your pizza?
I've never had it on a pizza actually.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. You did recommend this in a previous episode actually. Yeah.
Anytime you do veggies or anything, not
Okay.
not your typical fatty, sausage, pepperoni. No,
Yeah.
no. But anything that's veggie or anything, yeah, go with the cheese. Yeah, it's much better.
Interesting. You know what? I'm going to test that out. Oh, that was a difference with the one pizza I had. It didn't really have any cheese on it. It had some feta, but nothing else. Like it was, yeah. But it was good, man. But and then my wife, she had.
Oh, maybe the difference in mozzarella, like it's mozzarella, right? Mozzarella for Italians is going to be more bigger and like pure mozzarella.
Yeah.
We love that, like shake it around,
yeah.
like shredded, where it does not.
Yeah. That's how my
That's
daughter
okay.
makes. Yeah, my daughter will order pizza. When the pizza comes, she'll take cheese out of the fridge like that and put it on top.
Yeah, good for
I'm
her.
like, she's lactose intolerant, so it's a problem. Like it's yeah. She spends all the time in the bathroom.
Cheese is
But
addicting, though.
it's
There's something
so-
about cheese. They say there's actually the way, like your brain actually, what it does to you, is it actually makes you want more. Something
No way.
about cheese in particular, yeah.
Oh damn! Oh, so that's what we have to do.
Very
for the Amer-
addicting.
So every detail that you finish, just put a little block of fromage in there.
Little cheese.
Yeah, be like, what's this Swiss cheese for? But
Like it fell out and it was under the seat for 2.5 days.
yeah.
At 95 degrees here. Suddenly, I've got melted cheese on my carpet. You want to come take care of this?
Yeah. See, that's the trick. Yeah, that's how you get the repeat appointments. That's a tip. No, just kidding. On that
Oh,
note,
there's
though,
your tip, huh?
Yeah,
All right,
that's the
episode's
tip.
over.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
Episode's over. Yeah, appreciate your time. Thanks. Like and subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. I'll talk about
All
that
right,
in a minute.
so you were at a birthday party. Somebody came up and asked you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. If someone comes to me, people come to me all the time at birthday parties and ask me stuff. Yeah. They're like, "Hey, Sean, how do you stay so slim and trim?" And how do you? Jesus, nice job. But yo, bucket list item. I gotta tell you. So we go to Italian Fest. We had amazing stuff. We ate a lot of pasta in the end. So we had the pizzas, but a lot of pasta as well. Their pastas were phenomenal, to be honest. Like it's par for the course, But
Is that a noodle?
oh yeah. So, what do you refer to pasta as?
Pasta?
Oh, pasta. Oh my god. I said pasta. Is that? Fuck. Here we go again. Is that?
So does
it
your
was-
pasta have tomatoes?
This is
Or
the
does your
Mazda versus
pasta
Mazda.
have tomatoes?
Yeah, I knew it. The Mazda versus Mazda. Fuck yeah. So the pasta. I feel so pretentious saying that. The pasta. So the pasta. How I know it. The pasta. It was delicious, but yeah. So they had 2 days car shows. The third day, Sunday, when we went though, I was like, "What the hell? There's no cars out here. What the hell's going on?" And they said, "Oh yeah, everyone that we had, they could only come for Friday and Saturday." I said, "What are you talking about?" They said, "Yeah, everyone, they had to leave, so they had a shortage of people that had Italian sports cars, and so most of the people were coming from Quebec or Toronto or other places and just passing through." So I said, "Man, that's crazy." I said, "Well, there's no cars here right now. If you want, I drove here in a Maserati." And so they said, "That would be amazing. Are you serious?" So didn't have to pay for parking. I was
show
the
my
only
car.
car on the whole street. They sectioned it off with little pylons and everything. And so anytime we needed something, we didn't have to walk back to the parking lot. The car was right there. But then my wife, halfway through, we have 2 girls. We didn't get any boys. And my wife always wanted a son. And all these little boys kept coming up and looking at the car and stuff like that. So my wife's like, "I'm going to go let them sit in it." So I'm like, "Okay, fine." I thought it was going to be, she goes, "Let's let one kid fulfill his dream, whatever. He sits in the car. Life goes on." My wife's there for like
Where's
an
the line?
hour.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And she's just letting this person in, that person in. Later, I'm driving home, and I'm like, as soon as I turn the car on, the fucking wipers start going like this. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, who touched all this shit? My heated seat was on, like you name it, just everything. I was like, oh man. And I started thinking, I'm like, if like CSI dusted this place for prints, like the whole city touched the inside of that car. But
Yeah, see, you went that way with it. I think maybe I've always been a little bit of a germaphobe, but definitely after Corona, I became even more. I go, golly, I would have sanitized that thing before, like, I would have cleaned it. I would have had to clean it before I got out. I was like, all these kids? Are you kidding me? You see what kids do? I was a kid once. Exactly, right? Like, look at them. They're disgusting.
And they're sticky. Why are they
Yeah.
sticky?
That is why men don't let kids in their car. Woman, it's Father's Day.
Yeah, it's true. But I did sanitize all the important bits. I sanitized the screen. I sanitized the how do you call it? ¿Cómo se dice? The steering wheel. You know, just the basic stuff. I didn't do the seat though. Now I'm thinking about it. Damn. Okay, when we're done the episode, I'm gonna mental note. I gotta go sanitize my seat. Damn. But yeah, I did the important bits. But yeah, the kids were. Actually, you know what? The adults I would have been more worried about at this place. The kids actually they were all like, look clean. Some of the adults, there were some people. The weird thing for me is like, I get it. Nice cars. Okay, you want to take a picture. As a grown man, I've never been the type to be like, hey, can I sit in there and then turn to my girlfriend and say, babe, take a picture of me holding the steering wheel. Like I don't know.
Not me.
Yeah, it just wasn't for me, you know. Yeah, but there was like a lineup. They were like, oh, can I just sit down and for what? I don't know. I didn't get it, but whatever. So that was my wife was doing that, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back over there. I'm gonna get some stuff and have fun, enjoy your time. You know, but yeah, it was kind of cool. I at least saved their day in the last day. I couldn't believe it though. They had shorted. I get it though. A lot of people. It was Sunday, is Father's Day. If you got a Lambo or something, you're not like sitting down there parked.
What type of guy are you? Are you like, you know, like you drove the car, you get it home? Are you a wash guy? Do you wash it yourself at your house?
Yeah. This one I wash myself. Yeah, the Range Rover I take it into the shop, just let them deal with it. But yeah, the Maserati I just do that one myself. It's fast too. It's a small car, you know. It's not like a big car. I can wash I timed it on like just an average day. I wasn't like going hard or anything like that. It's maybe I think it was like 32 minutes or something, inside and outside. It's really easy. And especially because, as you should be telling your customers,
do it every week.
Yep, when you maintain it, you know, then it's really easy. But you know, if you don't, then and I'm talking everything like wheels, rims, like you name it, like start to finish.
I don't clean wheels every weekend.
Yeah,
I don't.
I do mine every 2 weeks. But
that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's mostly because that's by the time the brake dust is built up, and then or if here we're doing a lot of
construction. Enough to where it's enough to where you go ooh, right? Like I'll let it get to that ooh level, you know, like I'll let it get there, you know. Like,
it's true.
I don't mind.
Yeah. I'm the same way, and especially because these ones like they're black and they're shiny, they're glossy, so the minute dust is on them, especially here we're doing a lot of construction, they start to lose that shine. After 2 weeks, you look at them and you're like, "Are those rims gray?" You know, it's like, yeah, I think it's time to, yeah.
We're good.
So, but it's pretty fast.
2 weeks is about right, yeah. Because when I'm talking about it, is I'll wash my wife's every Sunday. So for you were out eating Italian food, living it up. I was slaving away, sweating, cleaning cars.
We're living different worlds.
It's what I love to do. It's an
I know.
Actually. I call it my church, right? Everybody else goes to a steeple. I go out into my garage and I take care of business. You know, like it's my place. And I really enjoy it. And but I don't clean her wheels every weekend. I don't.
Yeah, it's overkill a little bit at that point. You know,
it kind of depends, I guess, just how much longer I want to stay in the garage. I guess.
It's true because it's like
if I want to keep going, I clean them. But sometimes that back patio and turning on a ball game sounds pretty good.
It's true. I'm with you there. Usually, how I get myself to clean the rims is I start there. I know it might seem.
I never stop. Never.
I have to because if I don't, half the time I'm looking at the exterior and then I'm like, I could do the wheels next week.
Good
And
enough,
so I just postpone it.
You do that
Anytime I've
5
done
feet back, be like,
Yeah.
man, that's pretty
It's
good.
all right. You justify it to yourself. It's like when I'm driving and they're spinning. It's not that big a deal. So I usually start there, but I don't do a full clean. I just start there, getting them clean enough. I get in the mood, and I'm like, okay, I finished the rest of the car, this and that, and then I circle back. And that's when I hit it with the tire shine. And it's usually I'll put tire shine, and then I'll go in between the rims, just finish everything else in between. But I tell you, the Maserati, I hate those wheels to clean. I don't envy anyone that has to clean those wheels, because the little like trident shaped thing they have, the little pointy thing, it's a pain in the ass getting tiny little crevices and stuff.
I've only had one that we maintained, and I hated it too.
Yeah, it's a nightmare. Yeah.
So it was a beautiful white with the there's like a not a real bright glossy white. What is it called? Like a flake white, like a snow white or something like that.
Yeah, I know exactly.
It was a beautiful look to it. And this is the guy that he never has white cars ever. And then he had like a blue Mercedes, but that's it. He's always had black Range Rovers and black Mercedes.
Damn, yeah. And then just boom, went that direction that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he did have one of those like bright green Lambos way back in the day.
Oh shit, okay. When you go Lambo though, you gotta, yeah. I mean, me personally, I probably still go black, but yeah. Yeah. But I saw an orange one this weekend. That was a different kind of orange. It was like I don't know what color to explain it. It wasn't bright orange. It was almost more on the brown side. It was a really unique color. It was pretty cool, but same thing. It had this. It was like a matte, and then it had flecks in it almost. So it wasn't glossy, but it had these like flakes. So as I went by, it was really nice. Usually orange, I'm not a huge fan of orange, but this particular orange, I saw it, and I was like, hats off, man. Yeah, it was nice. But other than that, typical Lambos. There was a green one. There was a nice black one, but it's not a hybrid, obviously, but it's some sort of like eco kind of one. It's got the yellow brake discs, or the greenish yellow, neon green, whatever. I don't know. It was that one, but it was like a green
We're
and
not
black.
great car guys, Sean. We don't know all the lingos and all the stuff, and you don't know the brands.
Yeah,
kind of defeating the car guy talk right there. You and I, not so great at it.
Fair,
I'm like, there was a green one, there was an orange one, So, congratulations. I think you guys finally won a game up there.
Yep.
Finally.
Welcome. I told you
to the winner's side.
We're slow starters. We're warming up. That's what I had said last episode. We're warming up. Yeah, but and you got a big game coming up next weekend.
We're 2-0. No, we don't have big games. No, we got a nice break.
No, but you're going to one. So it's a big game. But we're 2-0. Yeah,
I'm on Team USA for a half second.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm off.
I'm off.
It is funny, though, to see who hops on that bandwagon right now. And they're really making a push. And I guess it is the first time that USA is going to make it to the knockout round. That's what they said. Yeah. First time USA's made it to a knockout round.
Mm-hmm. That's huge.
That's pretty cool.
There's a lot of firsts happening right now, which is a big thing. I'm still... I want to be Team Canada so bad. My wife and I were out to dinner. We're on a patio, and these guys were coming around. The guys come around, they have like a YouTube channel or something. They put a mic, and they're like, hey, what are your thoughts on this or something? And now we're on a channel. Yeah, they asked us who we were rooting for, and I was like, I want to say Canada, but I just can't.
But you got to go for your daddy, yeah? Go for Team England?
I knew it. I was like, oh, man. No, believe it or not, I actually... They're good. I can't lie. There's actually several good teams, but my favorite team right now is actually France. And
yeah, they're one of the predicted to win.
Yeah, it's
Mbappe right up there in the goal scoring. And he's so young. That's what's crazy. That guy's definitely going to be the record setter. It was cool what you had said earlier. I saw the highlights. We got to see the old 40-year-old bomber score some two today, huh?
Yeah.
Imagine being 40. How old is he?
40 years. Yeah.
41 or is he 40?
I feel like 40 exactly.
But what'd you say record he set? He set a record today with that goal.
Yeah, the only player in history to score a goal in 6 World Cups. Like 6 World Cups.
That's times 4 is what, Sean?
Yeah. 6 times 4 is 24.
Cool.
Early on the episode.
No,
or
you're
before the
okay.
episode-
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, fair. My
You don't
math
have to
wasn't
hang
bad.
yourself. I was just asking, what's 6 times 4? That's all.
That's fair. Full transparency. My math earlier wasn't mathing. But fortunately, I just have to do the code. Marshall takes care of the dilutions and the ratios. So you guys are in good hands. But yeah, I'll put myself out there. That's fine. You know, it's at least I'm not out there saying people come up to me at birthday parties and ask me crazy questions. But I'll put myself out there. The chopping block. But yeah, man, 6 times. So 6. Yeah. So only player to score a goal in 6 World Cups. And I like statistics
That's
are
24
always
years for everybody that's playing along.
yeah.
24 years of playing.
Yeah.
And you go, I hate soccer. Okay, it's a competitive. Whether you like baseball or football, it doesn't matter. Like, think of somebody that could play that long.
Yeah.
You know, you got LeBron. That's about, I don't know who else.
Yeah.
You know, we used to celebrate in baseball Cal Ripken. That guy played forever. You know, but it doesn't happen very often. You know, that's
Man,
what's
just
cool
think-
about it. Where you could go into, just take the analogy and put it into detailing. All right, you soccer haters. Well, what about detailing? How many can survive and last? I mean,
4 years.
yeah, I mean, 20-something years detailing cars.
Yeah.
There's few of us. I get to be one of them. But there's few of us that have been cleaning cars for over 20 years and still in the industry.
Yeah.
So I started in
That's true.
2002. I'm 24 years.
Damn, that's true. Holy shit. Jesus. Wow, that's crazy, man. You got to think about that. You know what I mean? It's like that's because to me, I hear people and they're like, "Oh yeah, you know, I'm crushing it and detailing," and they're 3 years in or something. I'm like, okay, that's good, man. And don't get me wrong, that's amazing. There's a big difference though between 3 years and 24 years. There's a huge difference, and that's the thing. Like me and my wife, for example, we're married now. We're going this October 15 years. We meet couples all over the world and stuff when we travel, and sometimes we meet couples. Like we met one this past weekend. They've been married 25 years, and that to us is like amazing. That's our next milestone. We're hitting 15. The next one we want to hit 20.
You're meeting couples at birthday parties, huh? What kind of parties you guys going to?
Hey, listen, you just bring the dead goats. But no, no, we they you know, out and about. We're personable people, but man, just think of it, Jesus. You're really razzing on me today, man. Canada's been through enough right now, but we yeah. So, but like for us, those next milestones, that's huge because we know how hard. Like 15 years, it hasn't always been, you know, sunshine and this and that. There's been dark days, tough days, so on and so forth. But we meet couples sometimes. They're like, yeah, you know, I know what you're saying, Shawn and Shayna, because like, you know, we've been married for 3 years and stuff. And we're like, no, you're out of your depth. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like, and then like 2 years later, they're divorced. You know, it's like, and don't get me wrong, I wish them all the success in the world, but just you have to understand kind of the lane you're in, and you got to understand. Like 3 years experience is very different from like 20 plus and so on and so forth. So when I see someone that's been, because it's not so much just the number 6 where it's like, oh, 6 World Cups. It's like when he's not in a World Cup, what do you think he's doing? He's not just sitting around on the couch. You know what I mean? He's fucking training every goddamn day.
Except, was it South Africa? I think or was it Haiti? Maybe it was Haiti. One of those teams. One of the African teams had a goalkeeper that was also this old goalkeeper that was like, he'd been around almost as long as Ronaldo, like the guy you're talking about, Ronaldo, right? Been around forever. Dude had a fucking beer belly on him. I swear. He didn't look like he'd been out there and they said like he's just been around. They said like, yeah, he just held that spot and it was something like
Holy shit.
15 years or something like that. He'd been the goal, and then they span over to him, and he's like got this belly, and he doesn't look like this muscular, athletic guy. You're like,
yeah, and you're like, really, that guy? You sure that's not the water boy? Jesus, that's crazy. So, well, maybe he can run fast. You know, he's got strong calves. Or
no, he's a
something. I don't know.
goalkeeper. He doesn't run at all.
Well, he's got to run a little, like you know what I mean. Well, I guess he doesn't really have to, you know. You want to know something crazy? My sister, she plays soccer. Speaking of this, so she's a goalie. That's her position, and she holds a record for her league. She's the the only player to score 3 consecutive goals back to back from their penalty box. So basically, in her goalie zone, she scored
She
3
kicked the
goals
ball over and
back to back. Yeah. So with her legs, she's got really strong legs. She can like
Oh, I thought you were
deadlift.
going to say the other goalie was disabled or something.
Oh.
What the hell could happen? How do you kick the ball, just watch it like, oh, it's coming to me.
Oh, it's coming to me. Yeah.
Okay,
And
another one. Oh, look at it. Wait, it
another one.
again.
Yeah. I always
How's
wondered
that
too. I was like,
happen?
how the hell did she even? Like it's from such a distance. Even the slowest reaction time. Like, come on, you know what I mean? But I think what it was is it was kind of like taken by surprise. The goalie was probably like looking at their, cleats or something, or looking up at the sky, and then not expecting the ball to come, and then, yeah. But do you know the distance of that though?
Oh, yeah, that's a long kick.
Like, yeah, it's a long kick, man. Like, I don't even think I could kick that
I
far.
have no idea. I don't even
Yeah,
know
I
how
don't
long
know.
a soccer field is.
I'll have to practice so that if some kid asks me at a birthday party, I'll know what to say.
All right, so I'm guessing, we've been chatting it up about some soccer, but I'm guessing you haven't seen any videos?
Have not seen any videos, and yeah, the only time that I saw posts back to back to back to back was when we had the recent server issues. So I think we
Well,
might
they
have
love
to-
hating you on your server issues.
yeah.
Serving up
Wanna
a
go-
video, nah.
Yeah. And it's funny because I thought of it the other day too, where people were like, "Oh, I can't run my fucking business when the site's down." And don't get me wrong, the site down poses an inconvenience. However, you could also lose power to the internet. You could lock yourself out of your shop. Your business shouldn't stop. So that would have been a perfect time to make some goddamn videos and then upload them when you're done. But throwing your hands in the air, I guess, was easier. But I think what we need to do, and this isn't me taking a shot at anyone in particular, I'm just saying, at our shop, what we do is anytime there's a moment of, like, oh, this isn't doing this or this isn't doing, like, no shows, shit happens. You know what I mean? We're not going around pissed off, messaging the customer, like, you fucking asshole. None of that stuff. We fill the spot with someone else, and if no one else is there, guess what? We go and we check inventory, we go order more products if we need to,
Yeah,
we clean
something
the
to do.
shop. There's shit to do, exactly. We make videos, all kinds of stuff. But no, I haven't seen any videos. So I think the only way to get a response is I have to take the site down. So I'm going to take the server down and put up an upload button, and then that's your way to get the site enabled
All the
again.
people are going to be cussing you. Ah, damn it, Sean, I can't do anything except upload video. Damn it, Sean. God
All you
damn.
got to do, 3-minute video gets you access back to your account. That's what we should do. It's probably the only way to get you guys to take action on your business. I don't know. But no, I haven't seen any videos, which is sad. And it's,
Do you have a
it's
template, though? At least they can do a template with the video.
Yeah, I can help them out with that for sure. And then I'll tell them the timestamp of what to say, when and where, and then they'll be good to go. Because it's like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, even just that little fact that I said, like, what's happening right now with Ronaldo, it's like, man, you could make a video about that quick little thing or something. Like, there's just so much stuff that you could make a video on.
Oh, and I've said to everybody that doesn't like soccer, make a soccer anti-video. Watch it. There's so many. If anybody paying attention to your local dealerships, I love watching two groups of people. I love watching realtors, and I love watching dealerships.
Realtors are great. Yeah.
Dealerships are going to be creative.
Yeah, they have to be.
They have to be. You're
It's
right.
super competitive for them. Like,
And are we going to laugh at them? Of course. Of course. But the ones I'm seeing right now, they're making fun of some way of soccer, and people are dressing up in football gear and going, wait, I thought I was playing football, right? They're playing around, right? They're having a moment to joke. Cool.
Yeah.
You got to find these moments in marketing to have a joke and have a laugh. This is what it's for. Like,
100%. And I think that's where, yes, there's creativity that goes into it, but there's also just timing. Like because if you're not super creative, you can just make a video that it doesn't have to be like some big Hollywood production. It doesn't have to be something you spend the whole weekend thinking about. If the timing is there and the timing is right, it could be something really simple and it's still going to take off and it's going to work because of the timing. So it could be anything. And that you bring up a good point with the anti-soccer videos. There's so much you could do there. Like, look, you and I think this is a big deal about, wow, it's like six World Cups? That's huge. Well, maybe someone looks at that and they're like, soccer's a joke. Maybe they don't like it. Make a video in the opposite. Be like, wow, people are celebrating this because someone got 6 times, then maybe choose your favorite sport and instead go that direction and say, like, here's a stat that matters or something or whatever. Make up your own stuff, But there's so many things you can do, and that's where I feel that timing is more important than the creative side. The creative side is what makes something that's timed well more effective, but it's not the main ingredient, And so seeing these moments, the reason it's so important to me right now for people to understand this point is because there's going to be other moments. We are saying that, yes, this moment, jump on it. It's really important, but it's more get into that habit and ritual because there's going to be more moments. So if you train yourself to start looking for these moments, thinking about the moments, planning for the moments, producing something for the moments, even if you look at it and you say, well, I don't really care to make a football video because who cares? Just do it to build that habit, to build that muscle. Do it. Yeah. Do it. Yeah, I love that movie. But it's a good habit to build to say, I'm now going to be battle ready for when the next moment happens that I do give a shit about. I've at least put in a couple hours practicing, making some videos, talking in front of camera. Maybe you had to buy some equipment. You really shouldn't because you probably have a smartphone that's capable of making some pretty damn good videos. So put it to use and just start practicing. And what a great forum to do it in a safe community like OrbisX where members are going to give you some constructive feedback.
Well, and any of you listening that have any question in the moment and not really quite sure, you go, okay, well, let's just take this analogy. Doesn't matter if it's any sport, whether it's the Olympics, whether it's soccer, whether it's that foosball,
Fuchiball. Yeah, sorry. For anyone that hasn't seen that movie yet, balls up. Go watch it. Yeah. But, go on, sorry.
It doesn't matter, right? Everything takes work. Everything takes practice. Everything takes a moment. I said to you, like, there's something internally that I'm working on. I'm trying to practice a skill to make something that's going to benefit us, right? Quote unquote, a skill, right? I'm at work, but I'm working on something very specific that has nothing to do with what we're selling right now, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's in the same idea of a video, right? Like, if I'm going to learn to make a video, I've got to market, right? So I've got to learn something. This is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to quote unquote learn, and I'm spending time learning. Mm-hmm. Same as what you guys need. Same as what I did when I was in charge of the videos, when I was in charge of marketing, and when I was in charge of our social media. Well, I spent a lot of time learning. How do I do things? How do I work at this? I would put things out. Did it perform? I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to results. I just wanted to learn how to do something better and better and better. Yeah. I'm very, I've been speechless when we've had these conversations. I've been very, I don't understand. I don't understand because we'll see nonstop. I joked yesterday on the Pines and Polish podcast. I joked, you see this, people post in a group, the one I'm specifically talking about, it actually even says, because AI is now involved, this guy posted in 3 groups. How do I get customers?
Yeah. Oh, God. That hurts.
But you don't want to work on a video? You just want to go out and throw to people and go, hey, how do I get customers? You market? How do you market? Well, you make a video? You make a photo? You tell people about whatever you do? That's it's basic marketing.
Yeah.
Here's what I have.
Essentials of it, yeah.
And here's what I want to sell you. That's what you do.
100%.
Now, how do you get to do it for 24 years? Hey. Yeah. Now you get into, are you able to sustain your learning of marketing, your learning of managing your team? You'll be able to sustain your learning of your operations and your procedures. Yeah, there's a lot involved, right? We got into this business because over the past years, it's been incredibly easy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? That river's drying up, and it's time for a migration.
Yep. Oh, it's well underway. That wave is hitting. Like
It is hitting. Yeah, there's a lot of people really struggling.
Yeah.
They don't understand. Where are the customers? How do I get customers?
Yeah.
I got to
And
market. How do I do it?
I saw one post the other day. Yeah, it drove me nuts. It was like they started to do some of the pieces, but they were just missing. They asked the exact same question in a way. They rephrased it different, but they said, "How do I get my price list in front of customers?" And then they posted the price list, and it looked like they spent some time on it. They clearly used AI for some of it, but which is fine. That's nothing wrong with that. But they just whipped together a price list, and there were 3 different columns, different inclusions and stuff. And their big question was, how do I get this price list in front of like customers? And I'm thinking to myself, first off, like you're missing steps, because like, so let's say there is a magic formula where you could just, I mean, there kind of is, you could do Google ads and stuff where you're just pasting that in front of customers' faces, but that just tells them the price of something that they don't even know that they need or want, or who the hell you are, or like it does nothing. So you're just wasting time. They're jumping ahead and they're skipping over the work part, and they're just saying, okay, I made a price list.
The learn part, yeah?
Yes.
Because I don't think we consider that work. I mean,
Yeah.
work is
That's
the
the
actual
good part.
doing. You got to
Yeah.
learn
That's
to
a good
do, and then you got to do.
Yeah, that's a very good point actually. And you know what? Oh man, perfect example. I had a guy message me recently. So we have our web design company still, but we only deal with a handful of customers. So we have about 8 customers right now. Before it was volume play, we were going after lots of customers, and one of the guys that I used to deal with a long time ago sold, because he doesn't sell it anymore. He sold a pretty cool product. It was eco firewood is what he called it, and so it was essentially, he had a guy I don't know, somewhere in west of Canada, and they made, I don't remember what the hell, flaxseed. I think it was flaxseed, and they had like fields and fields of the shit. They would compress it down, use some sort of a glue. It was like a safe glue that you could burn. Anyway, they made these logs that when compressed, one log would burn for like 13 hours versus a traditional piece of firewood would burn for like, 3-4 hours max. And the heat also was a lot better, so it was environmentally friendly. It was, pretty much more or less the same price in a way. Burned longer, so it took up less space in your storage for wood. There was a lot of pros. The thing that killed him was distribution, because transporting these things in pallets, it was tough, and he wasn't really good at the marketing side. So he was really good on the product development side, but then it was like, how do I get this to customers and explain it to them? And he was so focused on, he sold it like a detailer. He's like, we do the door jams, we do the fucking engine bay, we do this, all these different things, instead of focusing on the main problems that he was really solving. Because like, if someone's already got a fireplace, they're likely already burning wood, so now you're offering them a replacement. So all you got to do is just explain that. It's like more time sipping wine with your sweetheart and less time refilling the fireplace, or something like that. Less stress on your back lugging logs back and forth. 1 equals 8 of the other ones. You know what I mean? So it's like he was missing those key parts, and he always asked for advice on like how to market it and this and that. And his big focus was always, how do we get it in front of more customers, more eyeballs? Because he thought that was the problem. He said, well, some people are buying, so I just need more people to see it. And I was like, no. The amount of people seeing it right now is probably more than your distribution could actually handle. You're just not converting enough of them because your marketing message sucks. And he was like, no, you don't understand. I'm like, well, I do understand. That's why you're paying us top dollar, but okay, we'll go with your plan. And fast forward now, 13 years later, he sends me a message. Hey, Shawn, are you still running Creative Designs? And I said, well, yes and no. We have a handful of clients. We're not taking new clients. We're not working with past ones either. He's like, damn. He's like, I'm not doing the firewood business anymore. It's like, I kind of figured that. And he said, but I found these excavators from China, and I'm going to start selling them locally to construction workers. I was like, okay, that's a very different, and then he asked me, what advice do you have on how to sell these things? And I was like, oh, Talk about the cart before the horse. Like, holy shit. Like, please tell me you haven't bought any of these things yet. Oh, no, I got a couple. They're en route. I'm like, so you bought a couple of these things, invested in them, you have 0 customers, and you have no fucking clue how to sell them. Do you even know if there's a market for these things? Like, maybe there is. Maybe it's already a monopoly owned by someone. Maybe someone's locked in a contract where they're like, we actually don't buy them. We just lease them, and they come and replace them when they break. Like, you know nothing right now. You know what I mean? And now you want me to tell you how to get more customers. So I told him straight up, I said, listen, I've never sold one of these things in my life. I've done 0 research on them. I've never even bought one or rented one as a consumer. And you're asking me for advice on how to sell this. Don't get me wrong. I know I have the tools to figure it out because I spent the time learning how to sell virtually anything. But at the same time, you're still in the same cycle 13 years later. It doesn't matter what you're selling. It could be firewood. It could be these excavator things. It could be whatever. But you haven't taken any time in 13 years to learn how to sell stuff. So you had one business go down, and you're thinking the problem is the business. Well, let me just change the business then. No. The problem is you haven't learned how to sell. That's the problem. So when you say, how can I get this price list in front of 10,000 people? It doesn't matter. Get it in front of 100,000 people. They could probably give any detailer that asked that question a free spot at the Super Bowl, and they would fumble that so hard because they don't know how to sell. Doesn't matter if you're in front of 10,000 eyeballs. All you're going to do is just fail faster and fail bigger. But it's not going to change anything. You have to learn those steps, and that I think is, it's like the number one thing. It's the number one thing that you should do in business is learn, because as Marshall said, before you do the actual work, it's the learning part. Then comes the doing of the thing, whatever it is. These guys, though, Marshall, they spend the time to learn how to get salt out of carpets. They learn how to, is this product better than that one? They want to go to war with people online over it. It's like, but okay, I understand. You're an artist. Okay, you know how to do the work. Okay, got it. But there's a whole other segment of your business that you have to learn as well. You got to learn how to do all kinds of things: payroll, hiring people, firing people, managing your team, building up a culture. Like there's a million things you got to learn how to do. And I would say that even is more important than learning, which APC to use, or learning, should I, wash the rims first or last, or should I go top, bottom? Should I start with the trunk? Like, my guy, the other stuff is more important. So that's anyway. That's my little rant there. I kind of chased a rabbit. Apologies.
Well, that's a good rabbit to chase because I know people. I mean, we're June of 26. Like we said, there's plenty of people questioning. This guy's out in multiple groups asking, how do I get customers? I think plenty of people are putting stuff on social media and going, well, I'm not sure why it's not working. It used to work, right? Or used to be able to do this. I think I talked to you about, I'm not sure, but it was like pricing of what it was back in the day and pricing to market on social media now, right? Like dramatically changed to what it used to be. So
the price changed and the effectiveness of past methods changed. So it's like everything needs to change.
So what do you do? Right? Like,
so
great question.
It's true. My advice to this guy with the excavators was, I said, listen, here's a link to AI. He's not going to ever use OrbisX because it's a very different industry and he's not the kind of guy I'd want anyways. But I said, here's a link to an AI. You need to go to AI, tell it your exact scenario, just talk to it. If you can speak English, you can use it. Perfect. Just talk to it and say, this is what I've done. I bought these excavators. This is my past experience, whatever. Just talk to it for an hour and then ask it, what should I do next? And then after you get that answer and you read it and you learn it, say, okay, great. What should I do next? And just keep asking, what should I do next? And it'll just keep you in this cycle, or rather a funnel, kind of going towards something, a goal, and you'll be able to figure it out. Some of it will make sense, some of it will apply, but bottom line is that's kind of part of the process. Is like, if you're doing marketing right now online, the goal should be take a look at your marketing and start chatting with AI and being like, hey Luna, what kind of changes are coming up with YouTube ads? Or I'm running YouTube ads and they don't seem to work like they used to. I'm making YouTube videos and they don't seem to work quite like they used to. Take a look at this, my thumbnails. Is this working well still, or should I tweak this? What kind of changes are coming? Because a lot of these platforms are changing and changing fast. they were already changing, and there would be times where updates would happen with Google. People go in a frenzy. You've seen it where, oh my God, my website just disappeared from search results overnight. I can't believe Google did this. And it's like, I can, because there's so much garbage out there. They're trying to filter it down because they don't give a shit about you, the business owner, necessarily. They care about the consumer, because without the consumer, they can't sell you, the business owner, ads, and that's where they make their money. And so they need to keep the eyeballs still using their system. And so they want to devalue things that are, going against their system. And they want to make sure that they're promoting things that people actually want to see, people, want to research, and so on and so forth.
The gamers that thought they were gaming the system, then the system's like, game changer!
Game changer.
There's a new game changer too, right? Didn't you say?
Yeah. Oh, there is. I got a few of them. Which one? the spin wheel? That one?
Oh, no, we were talking earlier about, because we got to ask the question, right? Because people are going to go, okay, you still got to see, what do I put out? And you go, should I put out, this is, I sent you something that was sent to me. It was like, should I put out some clickbait? How far do you go in your creativity of marketing, Something that just gets somebody to click over. A lot of us, we watch people and they're like, man, look how good they did. Well, I couldn't ever say that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what should you say to get somebody to watch what you want to put out, or should you just put out what you feel like you want? Right. This is why we bring up this question, because there's plenty of people that get into the front of the camera and they don't know what to say. There's plenty of people then get into the caption. They're not sure what to say. They get into the title. They're not sure what to say.
Yeah.
But we understand, though, because of algorithm, because of Google, because of YouTube, because of everything, because of the internets. Thanks, Al Gore. Because of all that, we have to find an actual system. We actually have to do some things. You actually should ask the question, what should I put in to get me the results? It is what it is. You do have to ask Luna this.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing, is because it's easy to answer the what you shouldn't do more than it is the what you should do. But the what you should do ultimately is just try different things, but start also at the same time as trying different things. So we've all, hopefully everyone that's listening has heard of A/B testing.
If it's soccer time with the World Cup, I should try.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where you gotta try something around soccer. Excuse me. For example, a lot of kids are going to be starting to get interested in football, in soccer, just by what's happening right now. They're likely going to enroll in soccer clubs and so on and so forth, and so it's a good time to maybe put out some stuff about football clubs that are out there in the local area. Maybe just like those guys, they go around and they talk to different people, ask them their opinions on football. But so putting out that kind of content and then following up with other things like how to maintain your car after soccer practice. When the kids get in, it's raining and there's mud everywhere. You might not have time for a detail. Here's the products that we use at our shop that we would recommend you maintain your vehicle with. And hey, by the way, Mom, we know you're busy. You don't have a lot of time. You can save yourself some time and call this number, book an appointment. It's really easy. We'll take care of it for you. But we want to show you how you can do it yourself if you're more of a DIY mommy. You know what I mean? There's so much stuff you can put out. That would take you, 10 minutes start to finish? You know what I mean? Okay, so you put out that little video, and guess what? Now you can use that again and again. You can use the same formula again and again. And if you find it's not quite working, well, talk to Luna. Say, hey, I did this, I put this out, I tried these titles in YouTube, they didn't quite work. Do you have any suggestions? Luna's going to say, yeah, try this suggestion, this suggestion. Sometimes that might mean a little more work, where you make another video that's a little bit different, change the title, leave the other one up there, and now you have things to compare against. But it is just trial and error. Ultimately, that's what marketing is, because you don't know what's going to work. It's just based on a best guess, and the more times you do it, it becomes an educated guess. But what you have to be aware of, and this is where the things you shouldn't do come in, the clickbait side of things comes off very trendy. It will always work, and this is where as I know you guys were debating this as well, and so I have to agree with your partner Nick. It's something you should always do because it will always work. However, you need the second half, which is you need the follow through. You have to deliver.
Okay, hold on, because you just said you agree with him, and then you said something like So we're referencing. We got to reference a video that we're talking about.
True.
It's a video that a detailer put out, and it's a detailer or a PDF guy, not like a rap guy. I don't know. I don't know this guy. So I don't know what he actually does. I think there's some people that would say, well, those people aren't detailers. But then some people would go, no, that's a detailer. I don't know, right? I don't hang my hat on defining some. So this is a business owner in the auto care space, the car care space, the aftermarket space.
Good definition.
And he does this video where he comes out basically blasting this PPF company, tint, all that, and basically then saying to people why they should not use this particular film. I didn't study the guy. I didn't know if, to me, it's just interesting though. I guess he used to use it. I don't know if he used to. I was caught off guard. I'm going, should he even put it out? And I don't want to quote Nick, my partner, so I'm not going to. I think I was just telling you, he agreed with the guy that he should put it out. I don't want to say why he agreed, so I don't want to quote him.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the quote. He just agreed. It was something about him. Yeah, I think it was because of the shadiness. And there's a time that you actually just need to, hey, this company was shady. But once again, I wasn't trying to quote him. It was just talking with you. I shared it, and I was like, I don't know if you should put out clickbait. And it was like, well, Nick had thought that way. This was the right thing to say at this time, So without him being here to defend his comment, I can't really say about it. It was just, locker room talk, man. You can't talk about the locker room. We were just talking, right? So we were just chatting about it, and he kind of felt that he should,
Yeah, but in terms of using clickbait, using something in that sense, that's what I agree with, and that's what I thought more he was saying. So my bad. Yeah. It's more, should you use, I don't want to say deceptive tactics, but a statement that maybe isn't, if you could say ceramic coatings are dead, and then that gets people to whoa, really? I was about to book a ceramic coating or something.
But you just sold me one 2 months ago. What do you mean they're dead?
Yeah. So using.
So that's why I don't like them. It's sort of what I kind of said to him, but he was saying listen, the company had really screwed some people over. This guy needed to make a statement. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, and that's, I would say, a different. Yeah.
It was different, but should people, right? We had Mastersons. We've talked with Greg quite a bit. You and I did plenty of episodes. People go listen to it. This isn't hearsay. This is his words, right? I think we even talked about going into a club or trying to date, and he was like, yeah, man, you just get a shotgun. You got to go hit everybody, right? You got a bit of wow, right? That's his style. Yeah. I think we go into this, you go, Nick had his opinion, Greg has his opinion, you have your opinion, I have my opinion. Guess what? You, the listener, will have your opinion. You will need to fall into a camp. You will need to fall into what you decide you will do in marketing.
Mm-hmm. It's true. And the one thing I would say, though, is you do have to learn and pay attention to the things that have been proven to work. And so, for example, the clickbait statements, I often find they work just to draw someone in, but is it the kind of person you'd even want in? And then now you've got to deliver on whatever that thing is. Yeah. But I think that what's been shown to work better are the questions where it's what's a good example? It's is ceramic coating dead? Or something like that, where it's not you making a direct statement, because it's a lot easier to deliver on that. Because now it's more a debate instead of ceramic coating's dead, and then
I'm
they
not
click
making
it.
A statement. I'm just asking the
no,
question.
Exactly. And then it's open-ended, and a lot of people have that same question or a similar one. They might be thinking, should I get a ceramic coating? Which is more or less the same as, is ceramic coating dead? or is ceramic coating better than wax? Is ceramic coating better than the? Asking a question instead is similar in line with what your customers are thinking. So I think that's definitely been proven to be more effective. But the other part of this is you have to be careful with certain things, because a lot of these platforms now, they are aware of clickbait. They have their own AIs now, like Instagram.
Yeah, hold on. You got to be like, you got to do the like sirens. You got to be guys, listen right here,
pay attention right
now.
What's the timestamp so I can give it directly to? Yeah. So this
timestamp 55 minutes 24 seconds. Let's go.
Exactly. So they're aware of clickbait. They've started to punish.
Who's aware of clickbait?
Videos. Good question. So platforms that allow
Facebook,
you to distribute content. Yeah. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn included, tons of them. They also share data so that they can improve their own AIs about what clickbait is, what results they've found, so that they can pick up on trends faster. Because if something gets identified in Instagram, before that same content or something from that same channel ends up on YouTube, they've already shared that information and they say, heads up, this guy's probably coming to your platform next. So they're already a step ahead of you is number one. The AI is super fast and super good. As good as it is, and you think, wow, this is amazing, it's making me PowerPoints in 30 seconds, just think of what they're doing with their own AI to analyze the content that's on there. That's number one. Number two, there's a statement that a lot of you might not have ever heard before, because we've all heard clickbait, but none of us have heard engagement bait. And engagement bait is something that they're aware of and actively demoting and punishing for as well. And that is where in your videos you encourage engagement by saying like and subscribe without actually delivering anything. So when you say that, number one, it sounds cheesy as hell. Users know where the buttons are. If they like your content, they will do it naturally. If you're putting out good content with frequency. The reason the platforms don't want you to encourage this engagement is because it's not real. That's their metric for determining if videos are valid, if they delivered to the user. If someone subscribes and you get 500,000 subscribers, they know it's legit, not just you saying, don't forget to like and subscribe, and then they do it out of obligation because, fuck, I feel guilty, let me just click the button. You know,
why do we care about this? We care about this because it's something we've always believed in. We've always believed that the amount of views, the amount of likes you get doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate to a dollar figure. Mm-hmm. Unless you're trying to get YouTube to cut you a check and you're living off of that. Yeah. Got it. Which there are plenty of YouTube detailers that were positioning themselves one way, but they were really living off of that. Yeah. You kind of see it play out now, right? Like they didn't really know a lot. They were really just kind of just living off of the subscriptions and the likes and the amount that YouTube is going to pay them. So, of course, YouTube has to cut that out. They've got to, as you mentioned, do what's best for the subscribers, do what actually is best for people viewing, because they want people to stay on their platform instead of going, well, this is garbage. And so, plus you got YouTube now having shop. So if somebody's clickbaiting and they're just on there, well, they're not actually shopping and not actually seeing some revenue come through the platform, so they're going to naturally push that away. I love this. This is the purity of commerce, I believe, right? Like, this is what I love about commerce. Yeah. It always gets to the purity. Well, should you put that out and be a clickbait? That's for you to decide. For me, never have liked it. Never. Yeah. I told you off camera, like, I didn't like saying to people, hey, click and subscribe or whatever you're supposed to say. When we did videos here at HQ, we started having a marketing company work with us. They primed me. They're like, you have to. Like, okay, man, I will. Why do I have to? Well, because it gets people to do it. Okay, I get it. So let's pause there. Wonderful pause. Let's take the hat off of I'm sitting in a business marketing meeting with somebody telling me what I've got to do. Let me put the hat on of the father that I just was on Father's Day. Let me look around my living room while I have a video or a movie or whatever it is on. Let me look around and see what people are doing. Mm. Are they watching that video intently? Or what percentage of the time do they have that other device up where they're... Which platform are they on? Which platform gets likes? Which platforms actually meant that somebody watched versus viewed, right? Like actually absorbed what was being said or produced versus just kind of spacedly. Like, I think on their side, they have to start pushing back on this. They got to give, to your point, like they got to give us a reason to spend money in marketing. They got to tell me that somebody's actually watching this.
100%.
Like fully intently watching and not like subconsciously sort of like viewing it randomly.
Yeah, 100%. And that's where it translates into the real world in a big way too when it comes to your leads and stuff like that. I talk to a lot of guys that they want to reactivate. They'll have a list like, I used to use Square appointments, like 8 years ago. I've been with OrbisX for 5 years. I forgot I had that account. I want to import all those leads and like start reaching back out to them and stuff. And I'm like, do yourself a favor before you go through any of that and you start, sending out a bunch of stuff that people just keep writing back, no, unsubscribe and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to possibly impact your SMS reputation with your provider. The better thing to do is just go through that list and call 10 people and then see what kind of luck you have with an actual conversation and stuff like that, because they look at it as almost like, oh, I forgot about that list. That's the holy grail. And it's like, probably most of that list is just like what you were describing, just doom scrolling by. They're watching something else at the same time. They're not actually engaged in it. And that's what these social platforms are starting to do, is they're realizing that this is the trend, this is what's happening, and we have to fight back against it for both reasons. One, consumers aren't going to get as much value out of the platforms and they'll jump ship. And then two, the advertisers are going to jump ship because they're like, I'm not seeing a return ever. That's a recipe for disaster. So them getting to that state of purification is going to be more beneficial for everybody. It doesn't mean that a lot of the lazy, it's going to make it harder. So a lot of the lazy marketers, the lazy people that aren't really doing stuff, it's even going to I think it's going to cull down the list of these marketing gurus as well, that said like, oh, this is working, because what they've been doing for so long is filling the funnel but not building the moat. And so what happens is they're like, oh yeah, this is what's working right now, we'll get you 5,000 new leads, whatever. But then that's where the process kind of stops, and there's only, I can't even say a handful, there's maybe 2 or 3 that will actually help you and work with you, getting you from point A to point B and like walking you past the finish line. But most of them is just, we'll fill up your funnel.
And those guys that can do that, they should charge you tens of twenties
They're
of
going
thousands
to be
of
charging
dollars.
you. Yes.
So they're charging you $9.99. Come on down.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. And what you need to do is take a look at, just do the simple math. What is one customer worth to you over 3 to 5 years? Do that math, find that number. Okay, that's my lifetime value of that person. Okay, that is likely going to be what your cost of acquisition is, if not times 2. That's the math. If you do the math like that and you say, okay, this customer is going to be worth $1,000 to me, getting that customer is likely going to cost you $2,000 to $3,000. Because
here we are. We're June of 26. We've already said multiple people. We've given this example. I had a local, somebody say, hey, I'm website and I'm going to pay this guy. They're going to do our social media and he's going to charge me, I think it was like $400 a month to put out my social media.
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous. How many people are? I'm not sure what's going to happen. It's like, okay, let's relax here.
Yeah.
You're not suddenly going to get hundreds of people as your customer because you've paid somebody $400 to make your social media post.
Yeah. Put it this way. Ask yourself this question. If someone was that good that they could flood your inbox with qualified leads that were that good, why would they sell it to you for $400? Why wouldn't they just build a little website, get the leads? I'm calling you and selling you each lead for $400. I'm not selling you the fucking system for that. That's crazy. No, there's no way in hell. And I know marketing agencies, I've worked with many of them, that do that exact same process. they say, don't worry, we're not going to charge you anything. Actually, we're going to charge you on the results only. So you're going to pay per lead that comes in at our dealership. That's how it works right now. We're looking for people that buy used cars. We pay for them. Most dealerships do this as well. They have a lead gen service. You don't pay a monthly fee. Sometimes you pay a monthly fee a little bit, like just to keep on board, but you're paying per lead, and it's not cheap. It's expensive because the process is that person is vetted.
Qualified.
They've gone through a thing. They're qualified exactly. When we get on the phone with them, they've already been pre-approved in most cases, or they've got all their documents or paperwork. They've got a vehicle ready for trade-in. Like, they are qualified, ready to buy. That sale is worth it for us, and it's not so much about the one car, it's about getting the trade-in car as well. So now we're getting 2 deals going at the same time, and we've now earned their business moving forward as well. So there's a whole bunch of moving pieces, but yeah, definitely $400 a month, and then you're gonna be flooded, like, oof, Jesus. And that's why, for me, that's why I built those tools, like what we launched recently, where you can just use Luna, and you can generate 3 months worth of social posts. And it's amazing some of the questions I got. Some people, I got to address it. Some people were like, do we have to use the image that Luna generated if I wanted to use a different one? Like, brother, it's your Facebook page. Use whatever you want. Like, this is for someone that has absolutely no idea. It's going to lead you in the right direction. But if you look at that image and you say, I don't really like it, and you think that you're going to outsmart AI, go for it. Go for it. Post whatever image you want. It's up to you. But just know that this is based on years of experience. This is based on millions of data points of research and current trends and what's working and what resonates in your market and with people online. But that being said, it is optional. You don't have to do it. The reason I also mention that is if you do hire the $400 a month guy and you feel something he's doing isn't working, change it. You don't have to stick with that plan. You don't have to do it, but it does mean you're going to have to be involved.
This person had to for 8 months, I think it was.
Oh, had to for 8 months. Oh,
God,
that's
something like it was $400 for X amount of months or something they had to pay. Yeah.
That's another big red flag right there. Like, that was.
Is it? I mean, that's what SEO guys used to say back in the day.
And there's a reason. They would say, oh, well, it takes like 8 months to get you up there. And don't get me wrong, there is some truth to that. However, I was in that industry too. We didn't do contracts with ours, but the thing is that we focused on how to sell it properly. So we explained it to customers that, listen, these kinds of things do take time, and there's 2 paths we can take. We can run one that's instant results, which is like Google Ads, things like that. At the same time, we start building your SEO presence as well. So it was more of a conversation in that regard. So it was, do you have a commitment or anything? No commitment. Cancel any time. Because we're going to fully explain the whole plan to you. You're going to be well aware that this path, don't expect results immediately, but that's why we know you want results tomorrow. We're going to do this path at the same time. And if your guy isn't having that kind of conversation with you and instead is just saying, it does take time, don't expect anything for like 8 months.
We'll get you on top of that first page Google.
Yeah.
Don't doubt me. Don't doubt me.
Don't doubt me. Yeah. I've done this 100 times before. Yeah. So,
2 years later. Hey, it ain't our fault.
Yeah. No, it's your fault actually. It's
Fucking
crazy. It's insane. So guys, you got to spend the time to learn. You have to. And so things like, the trendy bait stuff, it does work. It works for certain scenarios. Is it going to work on your current client base? No. I would say no, because they're looking for a different type of content from you. Is it going to work on people that haven't heard of you before? More than not. But you have to back it up. You have to put some stuff in there, not just for the fact that you're going to get penalized by Google or YouTube or wherever if you don't, but you're also going to get penalized by the customer, because when they click that and then it has nothing to do with what they thought it did or something like that, it's that whole like fool me once, shame on me, okay, fool me twice, shame on you, it's or what is it, the fool me twice, never get shamed again.
Sort of like, should you put, I think the reason why I have a problem with clickbait is exactly what you just said. We kind of close on this. Like the problem with me was always, I'll never get that guy back, gal, whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody, they click on it. I'm not really, that you think that to me is that curly-haired, slick-back used car salesman.
Exactly what it is.
And I just never wanted to be that guy. So I never marketed that way. Like, plus it was just always about how do I get somebody to regularly. I wanted to grow. I wanted to climb. I wanted to regularly have progress. Well, then I needed to keep people regularly coming back. If I sell them something that doesn't perform, well, then they're not going to come back, right? Like, so the best way to sell is to have the best marketing. That's the way. Well, marketing gets you to pick up something and then decide to buy it. If your marketing is too much, like you saying, clickbaity, I'm never going to buy this beer again. You know, this is why I bring it up. Like, juicy, flavorful, aromatic, Colorado-inspired IPA, citrus, right? I mean, it's just got all this stuff, and it's what made me, like, beer cans do so much great job. And then you read the story, right? So marketing people, business, website people, you got to have this story and tell me, like, okay, beer always has a wonderful story. Let's read this story. And then crack open a bit and wonder and sip away. Okay, well, I crack open, I sip, I don't wonder. I go, oh, that was not what I was expecting. Never going to get that again.
Oh, man.
Right? Like the marketing didn't actually do what the product or the sale actually. So that's my deal with clickbait.
Absolutely.
And my deal
that's the biggest way to kill a business, though, is when it...
just say what you do. Just be open and transparent. I love why we at HyperClean, Nick has just such a great job of just, hey, let me show you how to use this product. Right? Like, hey, here's this car. Here's what we're working on. Here's the issue. Let me show you how we solve it. And he does a great job on YouTube and the different social
and
media.
that content always wins. I think people don't like doing that because it sounds boring in a way. It's like, oh, God. And to someone in the industry, that might seem like boring information. To someone that's unfamiliar with the information, that's brand new for them. That is something exciting. That is something that's like, oh wow, I get to see like the inner workings of this product from this company, and how it works and why it does what it does and how it could be used for me. Like, what's the benefit for me? That stuff is just as engaging for that fresh user as the clickbait stuff is, just without the flash and dash. But the biggest thing is the longevity side.
Yeah.
Is definitely, I think that, and it's more applicable, I think, as well, because that's the kind of thing that works for new customers, but also your existing customer base. That's the kind of content that nurtures those relationships, continues to show them that you are an expert, that you are an artist in your field, that you do know what you're talking about, and you are good at what you do, and why you're good at what you do. Because we use this, we do it this way, so on and so forth. That's the kind of stuff people love. And anytime someone says, yeah, but that's not really going to work well, people won't be interested in that, just remember, some of the top videos online people watch are like cats sleeping next to a penguin or something like that. You know what I mean?
It ain't about the views and it ain't about the likes.
Yeah. It's
right. Then we talk about quantity versus quality.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly what it is. And so you got to pay attention to those things. But I do see people jump on this clickbait thing. But then I'm surprised very much at the same time that it's like, guys, you have a perfect opportunity to not do clickbait, but use a trend that's happening right now. World Cup, guys. Like, something's happening. There's so many things you can do, and it's just sad. So I think I'm going to have to put in that upload field and take the site down. That's how you get access, and upload a video, 30 seconds. We'll see what happens. I'll think about it, because that could be but I do think it might be a good idea, a good experiment at least.
I do too. You got a little dinner to get to, I think, tonight?
Yeah. So my daughter graduated today, so big day. So she graduated grade 6, and she's no more kids in elementary school for me. So I'm excited about that, man.
You should be. Well, go have fun.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Thanks. And you know what? While I'm at dinner, before... I probably won't have time to post before. I will be posting this tonight, though. So I want everyone to post a video, okay? And I know we always do giveaways and stuff like that. And so speaking of dinner, I'll buy someone dinner if that's what it takes. Whoever puts out a video, I'll send you a gift card, and you can take out your sweetheart to a dinner and get something.
But, let's go.
Yeah, and I hope you like Happy Meals. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna do a Sonic gift card. They're all going out of business here.
Yeah, but but you see what I did there? That was clickbait. See, I told you you'd get the dinner. I hope you like Happy Meals, but no. In all fairness, no. Seriously, nice dinner, but yeah, guys, put out some videos, man. Like, you're not doing it for me. You're not doing it for Marshall. You're doing it for your business. All right, we're just trying to be. Yes, doing it to learn. We're just trying to coach you along. So yeah, avoid that clickbait, that engage bait. Don't get punished. Put out some good content. Now's the perfect time. Yeah, all right, I'm off to dinner. Appreciate you as always, man. I'll see you next week. Awesome. Cool. Hey, big game next week, too. Yeah.
Big game.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear. Let's go. All right, man. See you next week. Cheers.